If every day feels like a battle, stressed, exhausted, and stuck, know this: the difference between those who rise and those who remain trapped is not luck, talent, or time. It's a handful of simple rules that, when followed, will shatter the chains holding you back and unlock a life beyond your wildest dreams. Are you ready to break free and claim your destiny? In this new year, 2025, the world is not waiting. It rewards those who act with clarity, courage, and relentless determination. Your current struggles, your exhaustion, your frustration, they are not the end but the beginning of a journey governed by timeless principles, rules that have shaped the lives of every great achiever in history. Today, I share with you 10 transformational rules that will turn your life from chaos to control, from confusion to clarity, and from limitation to limitless potential. Embrace these and watch how your world changes forever. Master your mindset. The battlefield of success, the most profound victories you will ever experience, begin not in the world outside, but within the silent, unseen chambers of your own mind. Every day, in moments when the world is quiet and distractions fade, a battle rages inside you. A battle between success and failure, between the life you dream of and the life you settle for. This battlefield, your mind, is where your future is forged or fractured. The thoughts you allow to take root there are not mere passing ideas. They are the very architects of your destiny. They build the invisible structures that either elevate you toward greatness or imprison you in limitation. Too often, we fall prey to the relentless whispers of doubt, the paralyzing grip of fear, and the corrosive drip of negativity. These thoughts are toxic, creeping in unnoticed, shaping our actions and attitudes. But here lies a profound truth. If your mind is a garden, then your thoughts are the seeds. Sow doubts and fears, and you will harvest a life filled with frustration and failure. Plant instead seeds of growth, discipline, and resilience, and watch your life bloom into success. This is no abstract philosophy. It is a practical, daily choice that determines your reality. Take control of your inner dialogue fiercely and deliberately. Ask yourself, what are you saying when adversity knocks at your door? Are you surrendering to the easy lie of "I can't"? Or are you daring to ask, how can I rise above this challenge? The words you speak to yourself shape your beliefs, and your beliefs dictate your actions. The power of definiteness of purpose, the clarity of knowing exactly what you want, and autosuggestion, the art of affirming your power through repeated positive thoughts are forces that quietly but powerfully sculpt your destiny. Excuses are the chains that bind potential. Replace them with execution, the key that unlocks achievement. This mental mastery, this command over your inner world, is the very foundation upon which all great accomplishments are built. Remember, it is not circumstances that determine your fate. It is the mind that believes it can. The mind that doubts will always find reasons to fail, but the mind that believes will discover endless ways to triumph. Build unbreakable discipline, the bridge to execution in the pursuit of greatness. There is a force far more reliable and enduring than fleeting motivation, a force that separates mere dreamers from true achievers. This force is discipline. Motivation is like a candle flickering in the wind, bright and warm when conditions are perfect, but fragile and unpredictable when challenges arise. Discipline, however, is the roaring furnace that forges lasting change and unwavering progress. It is the steady flame that burns deep within, unshaken by external storms or internal doubts. Motivation will come and go. There will be days when you feel invincible, when the fire inside you blazes and pushes you toward your goals with ease. But on the days when fatigue drags at your limbs, when your mind begs for comfort and rest, it is discipline that carries you forward. Discipline means showing up even when every fiber of your being screams for reprieve. It is the quiet, relentless force that compels you to make your bed each morning, to sit down and work when no one is watching, to persist toward your goals no matter the obstacles. Discipline is not a rare act of heroism reserved for a few chosen moments. It is a habit, a lifestyle, a defining element of your character. It's what shapes your identity. The person who disciplines themselves daily becomes the person who commands success, not because they always feel like it, but because they have trained their mind and body to act regardless of how they feel. Building unbreakable discipline is a process, a journey that begins with small, deliberate actions that build momentum over time. The monumental transformations you seek do not come from sudden bursts of inspiration or rare moments of effort. They come from the accumulation of tiny choices repeated day after day, minute after minute. Start with simple commitments. Read a few pages of a challenging book each day. Practice saying no to distractions that steal your focus, or take a cold shower to harden your willpower and test your resolve. These small acts are deceptively powerful. They begin rewiring your brain, creating new neural pathways that make discipline your default state rather than a struggle. As you cultivate these habits, you will notice something remarkable. Discipline begins to replace motivation as your primary driver. When discipline becomes your identity, the need to feel motivated diminishes. You no longer depend on fleeting feelings or external rewards to act. Instead, your actions flow naturally from a deep-rooted commitment to your purpose. Discipline transforms from a conscious effort into an instinctive part of who you are. At this stage, nothing can stop you. Setbacks become mere challenges to overcome, distractions lose their grip, and exhaustion becomes a call to persevere rather than a reason to quit. True discipline demands consistency and patience. It requires you to push beyond comfort and resist the seductive pull of excuses. It is forged in the crucible of daily struggles, whether waking up early on a cold morning, resisting the urge to scroll endlessly on your phone, or persevering through tasks that feel tedious or difficult. Each time you choose discipline over ease, you strengthen your mental muscle, increasing your capacity for focus, endurance, and success. Remember, the journey toward mastery is not about perfection, but persistence. You will falter, you will stumble, but what matters is that you rise again, recommitting yourself to the path. Every disciplined choice compounds, creating an unstoppable force that propels you forward. This is how ordinary people transform into extraordinary achievers, not through genius or luck, but through relentless discipline. In the end, discipline is your bridge from intention to execution. Dreams and plans mean little without the daily work to bring them to life. The unbreakable discipline you build today will become the engine that drives your success tomorrow. So start now, embrace the grind, make discipline your identity, and watch as motivation becomes irrelevant because you have become unstoppable. Set goals that challenge you, escape the comfort zone. The comfort zone is a silent captor, an invisible prison that masquerades as safety. It lulls you into a false sense of security with its familiar routines, predictable outcomes, and absence of risk. But while comfort may soothe your fears temporarily, it slowly suffocates your potential. Growth never occurs in the cozy confines of certainty. It demands discomfort, challenge, and bold leaps into the unknown. True success demands that you push past the boundaries of what feels safe. It calls for goals so audacious, so compelling, that they awaken a nervous excitement deep within you. That flutter of unease is not a warning to retreat, but a signal that you are stretching your limits, expanding your capabilities, and entering the crucible where transformation occurs. Goals that challenge you demand more effort, more focus, more courage. And it is through this pressure that greatness is forged. Far too many people settle for small, safe goals, convincing themselves that it's better to avoid failure than to risk falling short. But here is the unvarnished truth. Failure is not a question of if but when. No matter how modest or safe your goals, setbacks will come. Those who avoid risk guarantee one thing: stagnation. They trap themselves in cycles of mediocrity, never tasting the exhilarating growth that comes from embracing challenge. The truly successful are not immune to failure. In fact, they embrace it. They see each setback not as a sign of defeat, but as invaluable fuel that propels them forward with renewed determination. Failure becomes a teacher, a guide, and a catalyst for resilience. It's the stepping stone that pushes them beyond limitations and toward breakthrough. Setting goals that stretch you begins with clarity and commitment. Write down your biggest, boldest goals, those that make your heart race and your mind stretch. Then break these monumental aspirations into actionable steps that you can take each day. This transforms vague dreams into a concrete blueprint for progress. Commit fully to your goals. Eliminate hesitation. No maybes and no somedays. These words invite doubt and weaken your resolve. Your goals must become non-negotiable promises you make to yourself. When you commit in this way, your entire mindset shifts. You start to see obstacles as challenges to overcome, not barriers to retreat behind. Remember, it is in this furnace of challenge, discomfort, and relentless pursuit that greatness is born. Step boldly outside your comfort zone, for that is where true transformation waits. Don't shrink from the discomfort, lean into it. The goals that scare you the most are the ones that will change your life forever. Stop seeking approval. Own your voice. For too long, countless souls have lived imprisoned, not by walls, chains, or circumstances, but by the invisible need for approval from others. This desperate hunger for validation becomes a cage, tightening with every hesitation, every retreat, every moment spent shrinking back to avoid judgment. It silences the fire within, muffles the roar of your true potential, and dims the brilliance of your unique light. But there is a profound liberation waiting for you on the other side of this struggle. The freedom that comes when you finally stop seeking approval. Imagine the weight that lifts when you no longer bend your will, your dreams, and your actions to fit the expectations of others. That freedom is not just a relief. It is a powerful transformation. The moment you reclaim your life and step fully into your authentic self, people will judge you no matter what you do. This is not pessimism, but reality. Some will cheer your success, others will sneer at your efforts, and many will simply never understand the vision that burns within your heart. Their opinions are often less about you and far more about their own fears, insecurities, and limitations. These judgments are reflections of their boundaries, not your potential. The critical truth you must embrace is that the only voice that truly matters is your own. Your inner compass, your values, and your deepest convictions must become the guiding stars of your journey. When you live according to your own values and define success on your own terms, you build a life rooted in authenticity, purpose, and resilience. Refuse to compromise who you are for the comfort of fitting in or the illusion of acceptance. The right people, the allies, the mentors, the friends who truly matter, will respect you not for conforming, but for standing firm in your truth. Those who fail to see your worth or who dismiss your vision were never meant to walk beside you on this path. Let them go without regret, for holding on to approval seekers only dilutes your energy and distracts you from your mission. When you trust your own voice above all else, a new power emerges. Unstoppable, unshakable, and deeply rooted. It is a power born from self-respect, clarity, and unwavering conviction. You become a force that no external opinion can deter, a person who moves forward with fierce determination, guided not by the applause or criticism of the crowd, but by the steady beat of your own heart. Remember this: Your voice is your greatest weapon and your most precious treasure. Own it fiercely, speak your truth boldly, and watch as your life transforms, because you are finally living not for the approval of others, but for the greatness within you. Embrace the struggle, growth through adversity. No one ever ascended to greatness by walking a path paved with ease and comfort. The truth is, struggle is not your enemy. It is the very fire that tempers your spirit, the crucible in which your character is forged and resilience is born. Just as steel becomes stronger when subjected to intense heat, so too does your inner strength grow through every trial you face. Struggle is the storm that rages around you, shaking the ground beneath your feet. But it is also the storm that roots you more deeply into your purpose. Each challenge you encounter, every setback you suffer, and every painful lesson you endure is molding you, shaping you into the person you were always destined to become. Growth never emerges from the safe, familiar, and comfortable corners of life. True transformation only begins when you step boldly into discomfort and uncertainty, refusing to turn back despite the fears that threaten to consume you. Many falter when the road gets rough. They see hardship as a sign to give up, a signal that they are not meant for greatness. But champions, those rare souls who rise above the crowd, view struggle through an entirely different lens. They understand that struggle is their most valuable ally. It is not a barrier but a bridge, the very process that separates fleeting success from lasting achievement. Every champion knows that persistence in the face of adversity is the secret key that unlocks the doors to greatness. To embrace struggle is to acknowledge that failure is not the opposite of success, but a vital part of the journey toward it. Each failure carries with it invaluable wisdom, if only you have the courage to learn. Every hardship refines your character, chiseling away doubt and fear until only determination and courage remain. When you shift your mindset from fearing struggle to using it as fuel, you become unstoppable. This is the mindset of those who refuse to be broken. They wear their scars not as signs of defeat, but as badges of honor, proof that they dared to stand firm when everything tried to push them down. Your struggles are not detours, they are your true path. They are the fire that melts away the ordinary to reveal the extraordinary within you. Remember, the path to greatness is never smooth. It demands that you embrace the discomfort, that you persist when all seems lost, and that you trust the process even when the results are not yet visible. When you stop running from struggle and start welcoming it, you transform every obstacle into a stepping stone. And when you do that, nothing, not failure, not pain, not uncertainty, can ever break you. Remove toxic people. Protect your energy. Your environment is the invisible hand that sculpts your destiny. The people you allow into your inner circle influence far more than just your social life. They shape your thoughts, habits, ambitions, and ultimately your potential. Without realizing it, the company you keep can either fuel your growth or quietly sabotage your progress. Toxic individuals, those steeped in negativity, laziness, or self-doubt, have a way of draining your energy like a slow leak in a tire. Over time, they deflate your confidence and erode your standards, often without you noticing until it's too late. To protect the life you're building, you must be vigilant about who you spend your precious time with. Surround yourself intentionally with people who ignite your ambition rather than smother it. Seek out those who live by discipline, integrity, and relentless drive, because high achievers do more than succeed themselves. Their very presence raises the bar, challenges your limits, and pushes you toward a higher version of yourself. Take a hard, honest audit of your circle, who lifts you up, who drags you down, who challenges you to grow, to stretch, to become uncomfortable with complacency, which voices echo your dreams and which ones whisper doubt and resignation. Complacency is a comfortable cage, but it is a cage nonetheless. It's tempting to stay within the comfort zone of familiar faces, even if those faces pull you away from your highest potential. But remember this: your future depends directly on the company you keep today. Protect your path with fierce loyalty, not just to your goals, but to your energy. Invest in relationships that fuel your fire, that hold you accountable, that celebrate your victories and push you through your setbacks. Equally important is the courage to cut ties with those who sap your strength. This is not cruelty, it is self-preservation. It is the recognition that your dreams deserve fertile ground to grow, not rocky soil that stunts their growth. Let go of guilt or hesitation about distancing yourself from negativity. Understand that each connection either strengthens or weakens your resolve. Guard your mind and your heart as fiercely as you guard your ambitions. The people who truly belong on your journey will rise to meet you with support, encouragement, and challenge. Those who do not were never meant to walk beside you. Surround yourself with excellence and watch how your own standards rise effortlessly. Protect your energy, protect your dreams, and remember, you become the average of those closest to you. Choose wisely, because your circle is either your greatest asset or your heaviest anchor. Master the art of focus. Guard your time and energy in today's world, where distractions lurk at every turn and demands clamor for your attention. Focus emerges as the rarest and most valuable superpower. It is the dividing line between those who achieve greatness and those who drift aimlessly through their days, caught in a storm of interruptions and lost opportunities. Every minute squandered on distractions chips away at your potential. Silent thieves stealing your most precious resource, time. The most accomplished men and women understand that success does not come from scattered effort or multitasking, but from unwavering concentration on what truly matters. They do not disperse their energy across countless trivial tasks or let interruptions fracture their momentum. Instead, they guard their time with the vigilance of a treasure keeper protecting gold, because in reality, that's exactly what it is. Time and energy once spent can never be reclaimed. Learning the art of focus means becoming ruthless about what you allow to claim your attention. It means saying no firmly and consistently to trivial distractions, meaningless obligations, and empty social engagements that do not serve your vision. It means recognizing that every yes to something unimportant is a no to your true priorities. Create deliberate, sacred blocks of time devoted exclusively to deep, uninterrupted work. During these periods, shut out the noise, turn off notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and communicate your unavailability. Apply yourself fully to every task, whether it's a small routine or a monumental project. The quality of your focus is the multiplier of your effectiveness. Focus is like a laser beam, capable of cutting through the chaos and confusion that daily life throws at you. It concentrates power, energy, and intention into a precise strike that moves you forward. Without this mastery, your efforts become diluted, your progress slowed, and your goals remain distant dreams. Master focus, and you master your destiny. It becomes the tool that transforms dreams into plans, plans into actions, and actions into extraordinary results. Guard your time, protect your energy, and wield focus as your most potent weapon in the battle for your future. Develop relentless self-belief, the power within in a world brimming with doubt and skepticism. The greatest force you can harness is the unshakable belief in yourself. External voices will always question your worth, your abilities, and your dreams. But those doubts only hold power if you allow them to. True strength begins with the conviction that your potential is limitless and your path is worthy, no matter what the world says. Self-belief is the foundation upon which every extraordinary success is built. Talent, intelligence, and knowledge are valuable, but without belief, they remain dormant, untapped resources. The spark that ignites achievement comes from a deep, unwavering faith in your own capacity to overcome obstacles and reach your goal. Silence the destructive inner critic that feeds on fear and hesitation. That voice that whispers you're not good enough or you'll never make it is a liar, a saboteur standing between you and your destiny. Instead, consciously remind yourself of every victory, every moment you rose above challenges, and every strength you have cultivated. Speak words of power to yourself daily, affirmations rooted not in empty platitudes, but in the truth of your resilience and capability. Confidence is not arrogance. It is a quiet, steady assurance born from persistence, experience, and faith in your own efforts. It is the calm within the storm, the inner fortress that shelters you when external circumstances threaten to shake your resolve. True confidence grows as you repeatedly prove to yourself that you can face difficulties and emerge stronger. Stand firm against the naysayers and skeptics. Let their doubts roll off you like water off a stone. Your journey is yours alone, and their disbelief is a reflection of their limitations, not yours. Press forward with unyielding conviction, fueled by the certainty that you are on the right path. When you develop this relentless self-belief, you become unstoppable. The world begins to bend to your determined will because people sense your conviction, your clarity, and your refusal to be deterred. Doors that once seemed closed open, opportunities that once seemed distant come into reach, and your dreams begin to manifest. Remember, your most powerful ally is not circumstance or fortune. It is the fierce, unbreakable belief you carry within. Cultivate it, protect it, and let it guide you to heights you once thought impossible. Take massive action. Move beyond thought into reality. Ideas, plans, and dreams have power, but only when they are transformed into action. Without movement, even the most brilliant vision remains nothing more than a fragile hope, an illusion suspended in time. Too many people fall into the trap of waiting for the perfect moment, the ideal circumstances, or the right conditions to begin. But here is the hard truth. The perfect moment is a myth, a mirage that fades as you chase it. The world does not reward the hesitant, it rewards the bold. It rewards those who choose to act in spite of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Massive action is the force that propels dreams from the realm of thought into the solid ground of reality. It shatters paralysis and dispels the fog of indecision. Every great achievement, every breakthrough in history began with a single step, taken by someone unwilling to wait any longer. Taking massive action means pushing forward even when the path is unclear. It means embracing failure not as a final defeat, but as invaluable feedback lessons that refine your approach, sharpen your strategies, and strengthen your resolve. Each mistake becomes a stepping stone, each setback a setup for a greater comeback. This relentless momentum is the engine that powers success. Strength, confidence, and mastery are forged through doing. Sitting idle or overthinking will never build the resilience required for greatness. Action is where true power lies. The more you do, the more you learn. The more you learn, the better you become. The cycle feeds itself, turning effort into expertise, hesitation into certainty. Begin now. No matter how small the first step. It might be uncomfortable, uncertain, even terrifying, but that is precisely why it matters. Each step taken is a victory over inertia, a claim staked on your future. Keep stepping forward relentlessly without waiting for external validation or perfect conditions. Remember, the road to greatness is not paved by wishful thinking, but by those who dare to act. It is carved by the relentless, the brave, and the determined, those who understand that doing is the antidote to doubt and the gateway to achievement. So take massive action today. Step into the arena of effort, move beyond thought into reality, and watch as your dreams begin to unfold before you. Never stop growing. The journey of lifelong improvement in the grand pursuit of excellence. There is no finish line. There is no final destination where you can confidently plant your flag and declare, "I have arrived." Growth is not a moment, it is a continuous journey, a relentless evolution that defines the very essence of a fulfilled and successful life. The moment you cease to learn, to challenge yourself, and to push your boundaries, you begin the slow descent into stagnation and decline. The greatest gift you can give yourself is the commitment to lifelong improvement. Nourish your mind daily with fresh knowledge, new skills, and bold challenges. Refuse to be lulled into the false comfort of good enough. Comfort is a seductive enemy, whispering that you've done enough, that the struggle can pause, and that the status quo is safe. But it is precisely this complacency that suffocates potential and dims the light of greatness. Every day is a chance to sharpen your mind and strengthen your spirit. Engage with ideas that stretch your thinking, confront challenges that test your resolve, and seek experiences that expand your horizon. Each effort compounds over time, creating a powerful momentum that propels you beyond what yesterday's limits once defined. The pursuit of excellence is like tending a garden. Neglect it, and the weeds of complacency and mediocrity take root. But nourish it with curiosity, discipline, and determination, and it blooms into a legacy that outlasts any single achievement. Your investment in yourself is the most secure and rewarding of all. Unlike material possessions which can be lost, stolen, or diminished, the wealth of a sharp mind and resilient spirit cannot be taken away. They are treasures that grow in value with use, becoming your most potent assets in every season of life. This investment demands patience and persistence, for true growth is neither quick nor easy. It is the product of daily decisions, moments when you choose to learn rather than remain idle, to stretch rather than settle, to act rather than wait. Stay hungry for knowledge. Stay curious about the world and your place in it. Embrace every experience, whether triumph or trial, as an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and better than you were before. This relentless commitment to growth is not just a means to success. It is the very legacy you leave behind. Ultimately, the person you become through lifelong growth is the greatest testament to your journey. No accolade, no title, no material success compares to the richness of a life continually refined by the pursuit of excellence. Embrace the journey and let your relentless evolution be the story that inspires generations to come. 2025 will be the year you stop making excuses and start making changes. These 10 rules are your blueprint for transformation, not overnight magic, but steady, relentless progress. Master your mind, build discipline, set bold goals, live your truth, embrace struggle, and surround yourself with greatness. This is not just advice. It is the path walked by every man and woman who ever turned dreams into reality. The question is, will you walk it? The power lies within you. Rise now and claim the extraordinary life waiting on the other side of these rules.